All right, guys. So I had to go out in the rain and check the mail, so I got wet. But quick question. I was on I think m4carbine.net, and I noticed there was a thread going on about milling versus MOS, and I just wanted to kind of share, my thoughts on that. Actually have this model here. This is a Glock 45. I had it milled out by Battleworks. I had to move the rear sight to the front of the optic. And these are the GL 429 Ameriglows. So that's that one. I have the, it's empty, okay. This one here is the Glock 45, and I've got this as the MOS model. I'm using the Ford Controls Group plate, same sights, 429, GL 429s. To be honest with you, I really like how this one looks, and I thought that I would love this one, and I do like it. I'll kind of show you something. Maybe I can pick it up on here. I don't know if I can pick. I don't know if it's going to pick up or not. Let's see. Get this rascal turned on. All right, so I'm gonna see if I can get this picked up in here. You see the dot? All right, and there's the sights. So it's really hard to tell, but the sights take up a large portion of that window, whereas on the MOS model, not so much. It's really hard to see, I guess, in what I find is, and I know how to use these, so I know that, you're not supposed to be looking through the window, and I completely get that. But I do notice that when I'm presenting, that the window, the light transmission of the window, it's got those sights in it. And it's dark, so I mean, it just the light transmission. I mean, it's hard to say, because like I said, I'm not even focusing on that. When I look through this one, this is the MOS model. Even though it's got the same sights, I don't even see the sights. I don't see any like the window's brighter. So I guess like awareness and everything is different. Whereas with this one, it's not bad, because like I said, I know you're supposed to focus on the target and everything else disappears, but the dot, it's true. But I don't get nearly as much light transmission. So it seems darker. My sight picture seems darker. The main difference in these two is that with this one being milled, the sight actually, the RMR actually sits 0.05 inches, so 1/20th of an inch shorter, which is a good thing, you would think, okay? But that causes these sights to sit 1/20th of an inch taller in the window. So the first thing I noticed when I used both of these, as soon as I had this one first, okay, while this one was being milled, first thing I noticed, the window was darker. And it just took me a minute to figure out what I was looking at. And when I started looking, I was like, well, hold on a minute. It just takes up so much more window, it seems like. With this rear sight being in the back, they always say that it's something that you'll notice first. I don't notice it. It's solid black. I don't notice it. Now, when it gets to price, so we'll go to the price on these. This is with the MOS model. I had to pay more. I want to say this was $650 out the door, $660 out the door, cash. The plate here cost me $65, and I think with shipping, maybe it was $70, something like that. Maybe it was $70, $75, somewhere around there. And the sights were $40. So you're looking at, 650 or 660 and 80 is 740 plus 40 for the sights is 780. So $780, not counting the RMR. This one, I paid $550 out the door for the gun, and I paid $225 to have the slide milled out, to have the sight put on the front here, and for the sights and for the refinishing. So $550 and the $225, $775. So you're looking at roughly $770 to $780 to $770 to $780. It's the exact same price. The look is cleaner, having the milled slide. The milled slide took me, they quoted me 4.5 weeks, not counting shipping, and I got it back in about 4. So the timing was really good. It just took for frickin' ever, it seemed like, but they were on point on their shipping, so I can't really complain about that. And I carried this one until I got this. I carried the MOS model until I got this model, and I thought, okay, now I got the one that I want, the milled. I should just stick with this one. I mean, with the MOS, the only caveat I will say is, if you're asking, should you get the MOS without this plate and just using Glock's MOS plates? No, I wouldn't do that. I would go milled all day long. Maybe milling. To be honest with you, with this one, these sights were supposed to be 1/3 co-witness, 1/3 lower co-witness. It's more like just a little below half co-witness. I mean, they sit considerably high inside the window. I don't know if you can see that, but I mean, they sit really high in the window on that model. So, I mean, maybe that's 1/3, I don't know. Whereas this one, they are much lower in the window. And I mean, do you see that difference in the light transmission just coming through there? I think it's because the light's actually coming through, whereas the light in this one is hitting that front sight. I don't know. It's really hard to see on camera, but I think maybe when the light comes in, it's stopping a lot of the light here. Whereas this one, you have the whole window at the front for the light to come in through. So it just makes a much more open sight picture. So I don't know. I like this better. Price is about the same. They know by no means did a bad job. Okay, BattleWorks did a great job. I don't know who they have that does the black nitride. I don't know, but it come back almost flawless. The finish was flawless. The work was flawless. It looked really good for the price. I mean, it's really competitive. Timing, really competitive. It did a really good job. But if I had to do the difference, no weight. Okay, I don't know if I said this or not, but I ordered this plate from Roger Wang at Ford Controls Group at 12:15 one day. I can't remember what that was, but I ordered it at 12:15. It was shipped by 12:40. So within 25 minutes, he had it in the mail. So from California, it took 3 days. So the longest wait, 3 days versus 5 weeks, 4.5, 5 weeks. I'll take this all day long. And like I said, I see no benefit. I actually see more benefit to the MOS model, to be honest with you. I mean, maybe eventually I'm not permanently attached to having an RMR. If something better comes along down the road and somebody else makes another adapter plate, I can switch it out. Whereas this one is guaranteed to have to be an RMR, which I don't really care. I like the RMRs. But so that's the question that I got. I like this one. I really do. It just took me, I think it took me getting this one in to realize that I like this one better. But, so there you go. So that plate, really good. It's really seamless, really solid. When I actually had to beat the sight down some onto the plate before I put the screws in because it was that tight. I'm almost certain I could probably shoot this thing without the screws in a couple times, and it probably would not have come loose. It was just that solid. So really good job. I really like the plate, really like the gun, really like the sight, really like the RMR. It's very good gun. So, got any questions, ask them.